Hillary Clinton is in Studio City today for a $30,000 per ticket fundraiser. This comes as Republican frontrunner Donald Trump is threatening the GOP about what would happen if he's not the nominee. He says the nomination process is rigged. Now, despite that, his campaign has already conceded today's Wyoming convention delegates to Ted Cruz.
Just because someone doesn't like the kind of rules in particular states doesn't necessarily mean that the rules are rigged. It just means they wish that the delegates were awarded a different way.
Meanwhile, the New York Post endorsed Trump for Tuesday's primary. And here with us is our political analyst, Professor Michael Shires from Pepperdine University. We want to welcome you back to the show. So Bernie Sanders met with the Pope this morning. Is this maybe a Hail Mary attempt to convince New Yorkers to vote for him on Tuesday?
Well, I mean, in some ways, this is really big news for Bernie Sanders. I mean, his weakness has always been in foreign policy. Secretary Clinton obviously has a big advantage there. He sat down and met with a world leader. Now, on top of that, he got to convey a message to his supporters and to really energize them that they're part of a global movement. I mean, that's a big deal for those folks in terms of their energy. And then there is the nice side effect, especially going into the West where Latinos are going to have such a loud voice, that the head of the Catholic Church met with him. And I won't say he endorsed him. There's no picture, so there's no, but at the same time, it sends a powerful message.
Yeah, it certainly does. And, this week's debate in New York between Clinton and Sanders underscored the stakes involved. Who would you say won? Well,
I kind of came out of it thinking it was a draw. Okay. Sanders was able to make his message really clear. His message, there's an interesting contrast today. He's in the Vatican talking about the poor. She's here for a fundraiser, really kind of reinforces that message. So, I mean, I think he did well on that. I thought he lost a little bit on Israel. On Tuesday, 1 in 6 voters is going to be Jewish that votes in the Democratic primary, and his position on Israel is not necessarily popular with that crowd. So I really think it was kind of a draw.
Okay, and what about the Republicans? Trump seems to have a very comfortable lead in New York.
He does. I mean, this is his home state. He's expected to win it by a lot. The question is whether he gets most, all, or if he doesn't do as strongly as he'd hoped. He did a lot of damage a couple weeks ago to himself in Wisconsin. We were waiting to see if that played out in New York at all. We haven't seen any evidence of it yet, but election day is still a couple days off.
Yeah, well, it was announced this week that all 3 Republican candidates, I can barely get that out, will speak at the California Republican Convention. That's not really normal for us.
No, it's kind of exciting in some ways. I mean, you have to be careful what you ask for, but it is exciting. California is going to have a voice in that race on whether Donald Trump has enough delegates to win on the first ballot. And that's a big deal. Now, like I said, be careful what you ask for. Robocalls, commercials, people knocking on your door. We're going to get all of it.
Oh, boy. Okay, so there is a chance, though, that this could decide some of the races further down the ballot, like the race for U.S. Senate. Tell us how that works.
Well, if both Democrats and Republicans come to California and they have close races, Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton are in it, and Donald Trump and everybody else, whether Trump gets it, are on the ballot, then people are going to be motivated. You're going to have a lot of Republicans show up. You're going to have a lot of Democrats. If either of those races gets decided, it's clear Trump's not going to make it, or Hillary just kind of trounces Bernie Sanders in the Northeast, then you will see an electorate a little less motivated to show up. And down ballot, remember we have this top 2 primary in California. So, for example, in the U.S. Senate race, right now the 2 leaders are Democrats. But if Hillary Clinton gets far enough ahead of Bernie Sanders, there may not be a great turnout, in which case some of those Republican candidates that are on the ballot might sneak into the top 2.
All right, a lot of things still out there for us to see. Thanks so much for joining us, Professor Michael Shires from Pepperdine University. We appreciate the insight. And stay with KCAL 9 News and KCAL9.com for continuing coverage of Campaign 2016.